Hi, in this video we are going to see how to work with exceptions. Exceptions occur when the code executes some instructions that didn't work as expected. For example, let's say that we are asking the input of a user for entering a number, and we associate this to a variable called number. So, as we did in previous videos, we convert this to an integer value. Well, what happens if instead of introducing a number such as this, we introduce a letter? In this case, the code fails because it cannot convert this letter to a number by using the int casting. In this case, here we can see the error, the exception, that is the type value error. And here is the message that is shown. So in this case, the code breaks here, and if we have other instructions, these are not executed because the code fails here. So, as you can observe, this print is not executed. So, in this case, we can use the exception management in order to control this wrong execution. For example, here, this is the line that can show an error. So, this can be encapsulated into a try except statement. In this case, the try statement allows us to define which part of the code can show an exception. And in case some exception occurs, the code that is executed is the code inside the except block of code. In this case, we can print some message, for example. But take into account that writing this try except statement allows us to define some control of exceptions in order to solve the problem, for example, asking again in this case, or something else, in the way that the code can continue here without showing this message of exception. In this case, let's do the same, but the exception is captured here and the code executed is here. But as you can observe, the execution continues at this point. So this syntax allows us to control this exception. There are another statement that is finally that is executed even the try works or fails. For example, let's put finally code here, and let's try with a letter that fails, the execution of the except statement, and the finally code, and then the part of the code outside the try except. And if we try this with a number that doesn't show an exception, this code is not executed, but the finally is executed as well. So by using the try except statement, we can control this. In addition, there are some further options that can allow us to control which exception are caused. In this case, the exception that was shown is value error, so we can capture only the value error exception. So here we ensure that only the except statement will be executed if the exception caused is the value error exception. Otherwise, if other exceptions are shown, this will not be captured. So in this case, the code is executed. So by taking into account this structure, try except, this allows us to define a more clean code controlling and managing the exceptions that can occur in our code. Thanks for watching.